Welcome back to Rolled Worlds. I'm Sean Roberts, the writer.
And I am Ronan, the artist.
We don't have Kim with us today, but that's okay. We're able to continue on without her. Today we're going to be discussing Darontia, the Trickster God, worshipped by rogues, thieves, and others who practice deception. At the theater, things have been going really great. Sorry for the lapse in time between one video and the next. We've been really focusing on our LARP that's been growing in popularity. We've got a good 15, 16 people that fluctuate in and out of coming to the LARP right now and looking to always make that grow, but it's growing and the rules are adapting. We have our own system, and all the players are giving their input, and it's becoming a really cool thing. In our LARP, one of the stories that happened recently, a sect was actually formed in the last Monday that we were here because a new system was put into place in the game pertaining to reputation and achievements in order to try to inspire players to do more player versus player interaction. One of the things that ended up happening was that a pretty much a cult.
Yeah, pretty much.
A cult was formed, and that pertains to the being called Sarah Palong, who is a human that became an avatar for the gods Ilana and Slanfarnak, and they got combined, and when Sarah Palong died, her mortal form was destroyed, but she came back as this sort of pseudo-god, and is now worshipped by the character Sids that Ronan plays. He acts as one of her main pushers of the faith upon the world of Tanu. And that faith has now spread into the village that the game takes part in. It's comprised of enough members that they're not the majority of the people in the LARP, but it's definitely getting close.
Amount. It's like half of them.
Yeah, it's almost half of the fluctuating players of our LARP are now part of this cult.
It definitely grew faster than I was planning for it to.
Right? Yeah, so that's a random story that's happened in our LARP, but had two really good, is it 2 or 3 quest nights?
I think it was just 2, yeah, because the third one, the weather was kind of bad.
Yep.
So.
Winter. Yeah, we've had 2 really good quest nights so far that everybody's really enjoyed, so looking forward to getting that going. On to the information that we're here to discuss today. Darontia. As we said, the major god of trickery, worshipped by rogues, thieves, and others who practice deception. One of the really cool things about Darontia is when players were discussing holidays that could exist inside of the world of Tanu. One that ended up coming up was a holiday that was decided upon to be called Hee Ha Day. Kind of a ridiculous name.
Yeah, it's also kind of a ridiculous holiday.
Yeah. So it fits.
Yeah.
It fits. And in the day of Hee Ha, the main god that's being revered at this time is Darontia, due to it being a day of such chaos. During this day, more and more laws are allowed to be broken. It is considered a day of play and ridiculousness, but it does have a darker side because the longer you get into the day, the more laws that are allowed to be broken that day, and it ends up being kind of like the modern movie The Purge.
Yeah, it kind of starts as like April Fools, where it's kind of like simple tricks played on each other, but then by the end of the day, yeah, it's pretty much The Purge, where people are just murdering and doing whatever they want.
And then at midnight, it's like it never happened.
Yeah.
All right, no more breaking laws. Yeah. Get back to your day-to-day thing. Yeah, and that holiday, I can't remember off the top of my head when it is. I'll put the wording down at the bottom of this video when I look around at my notebooks for it. But we have yet to celebrate Hee Ha Day, and we'll see how it goes. We'll make a video of that. Ronan actually got a
drone.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, to be able to do video and pictures and stuff like that. He'll be able to create some videos that are actually above us, and maybe when we celebrate Hee Haw Day, we'll make it be a game day that happens during a weekend day or something, so then we actually get some more time during the day.
Some daytime footage.
Right.
It's been pretty dark on our LARP nights lately.
Right. Because it's winter now, and we're in New England, and the sun goes away quite early, and we start at 6 p.m., so it's already dark by the time we start playing. So yeah, we got a drone now that Ronan got, and we'll be able to start creating some really cool footage. Hopefully, when we get more and more people involved in the game, we'll be able to do some big group battles and be able to take some cool aerial shots. So, Darontia's physical description. The only thing that I've ever really solidified in my head is that he has 4 arms, gray skin, and he's always wearing a mask. I never really decided on a specific mask. I kind of pictured him kind of just depending on the occasion.
That's what I was going to ask. Does he have multiple masks? Like, kind of wears different ones depending on how he's feeling or what he's doing?
Yeah, like he could have sad masks if he's actually sad, and like you never see his face. It's always this mask that's changing to show what he's feeling or what he's going through at that time. I almost picture them kind of commedia dell'arte, like archetype masks, theater masks type of faces, very exaggerated.
Right.
Besides that, when it comes to physical features, I never really had anything specific. We have artwork on our Tanu LARP page that I found online that I thought looked really cool, but it wasn't necessarily this is officially what he looks like. Do you have anything in mind?
Not specifically, but I will definitely draw something up.
Okay, cool. With those specific things in mind?
Yeah.
All right, cool. When it comes to his personality and kind of the feel you get from him, I always kind of picture him kind of similar to the Nordic god Loki, who is always continuously getting in trouble, but considered very useful by the other gods, so they allow him to stick around. Regardless of everything that he messes up, there are more things that he has been able to fix because of his wily ways that makes the god say, okay, he's more useful than he is a hindrance, so he can stay. He did try to betray the other gods at one point, and we discussed this right before we started the video, like the reason for it, because you asked, does he have any big goals? Does he have any big ambitions? And at first I said, nah, he's pretty short term when it comes to what he wants.
Playing tricks.
Right. But I kind of thought about it and said, yeah, okay, maybe he does have a long-term goal that when he betrayed the other gods, it was because he wanted to know. Well, you said, it was your words right there. Like, he wanted to know what it was to be on top.
Right.
He wanted to know what that felt like.
Right. He's kind of like the weakest of the gods. So he wanted to not feel like that anymore.
He has the least followers of the major gods, and when it comes to going toe-to-toe with another god, he is the least powerful out of them. So he tried betraying them and get them all kicked out of the planes of existence and become mortals, which he succeeded in. The minor gods all voted to kick out the major gods from their seats of power, which they had the ability to do. Except for kicking out Darontia, because he was the one who was kind of convincing all the minor gods to do this. And he succeeded at it, got them all kicked out, but then all the major gods got their powers back over time. It was kind of a time of some problems, because without the major gods being there, there were no main superpowers that were kind of keeping things in check.
Right.
It was just Darontia. And Darontia is not keeping anything in check.
Right. It's just letting chaos happen.
Exactly. But eventually, Morjan and Gore and Slanfarnik, Cathalusa, Niaya, and Frindle ended up being able to get their seats of power back they imprisoned Darontia for what he had done to them. And the minor gods were okay with this because he played it up like the major gods were all abusing their powers and doing terrible things to the minor gods. And the minor gods found out that that wasn't true, that Darontia was just lying.
Right.
And so he was imprisoned for what he had done. But after some time of him being imprisoned, once again, the gods found themselves in a situation very similar to Nordic religious beliefs pertaining to Loki. Something came up, and all the other gods couldn't deal with it, and so they looked to Darontia and like, okay, we need you to go and steal something for us, or we need you to go lie about something right now. This is your forte, not ours, so we'll let you out if you be good.
Yeah, do the things that we don't want to do.
Right, exactly.
They need to be done, but we don't want to do them.
That's his main story when it comes to his ambitions, his goals. So he does feel some bitterness towards the major gods for failing at what he had tried accomplishing, but he is more at peace now with his place and has more of the mindset, well, at least I'm only at the bottom of the top.
Right.
I'm still a major god. I am one of the 8th most powerful things in our known universe.
Right.
He exists in the planes of chaos, or the plane of chaos, Vaughn, the Void. He's one of the few beings that has the ability to shape it, to take Vaughn and create out of it, to be able to fashion things that almost seem logical there, such as land, sea, environment to exist inside of. He's one of the few beings that can take that chaos and shape it and do something useful with it. So that's why he likes living there, because it's kind of a place where he has an advantage.
Right. He gets to feel powerful.
Yep, exactly. His worshippers sacrifice to him in the form of gold and wealth, shards, and the like. He expects a tithe towards the luck that he bestows upon those that worship him. And so that's kind of his sacrifice that he expects from you if you're going to be a worshiper of Darontia, and the wealth that you end up sacrificing in his name ends up in the void with him, in his little patch that he has been able to shape out for himself, and he hoards that wealth like a dragon. Like it's just there.
Just a pile of wealth. It's not doing anything for him, but
right. But he's got
he likes it.
Yep, exactly. It's once again kind of a power thing.
Right.
Just look at what all these people did for me. So he's got an ego.
Yeah, definitely.
Darontia's definitely got an ego, and I can imagine him being somebody that would be easily insulted. As much as he plays games, like he's the type of person that he'll make fun of you. He plays tricks. He trips you when you're walking by him. He's the one that sticks the banana in your tailpipe type of thing. But the minute you do it back to him, it's nope.
Yeah, that's it. He's gonna hold that grudge forever.
Yep. I like that. Never really had cemented a thought like that for him, but I like that concept that he's not good at getting it back.
Doesn't like the taste of his own medicine.
Exactly. Probably because it probably annoys him that he didn't catch the trick.
Right.
Because he's the god of
He shouldn't
tricks.
be able to be tricked because, he's the god of trickery. So if you trick him, he's definitely upset by that.
Yep. And that's really about it when it comes to Darontia. He has that story with Ilana that we already talked about in Ilana's video about how he fashioned a cloak out of a dress and tried playing a practical joke on Ilana, but Ilana ended up just loving it. Thinking that the cloak was the coolest thing since sliced bread, and so Darontia, maybe he wasn't so like, oh, okay, this is great then. Big old joke.
Yeah, he was probably annoyed by that.
Right.
Like, my trick didn't work. Like,
This was supposed
I
to be
did
hilarious.
not get the result I wanted from this.
Yeah. He probably expected a lot more embarrassment on the side of Ilana, which then just, I don't think she's a god that can get embarrassed.
That's what I was going to say. I don't even think she can feel embarrassment.
Bet she might want to, though.
Right.
New experiences. So he's got that. He's got the betrayal that he committed against the other gods. And his relationship to the other gods is that of such as Loki in the Norse sagas. Useful, maybe even appreciated by the other gods, but less than the Norse beliefs, because they definitely, some of them even like him and enjoy having him around, like Thor and him get into all types of ruckus together, and they enjoy that. And Odin and Loki made themselves blood brothers and all this other type of stuff. But nobody's got that with Darontia. Everybody's just, you're obnoxious, but we let you stay around because you're useful.
He's like the black sheep of the gods.
Yes. So I think that's it. Our next video. So we've done Morjan, we've done Slanfarnik, we've done Ilana, and now we've done Darontia. So that's 4 out of the 8 major gods that we've covered now. Who's next? Who do we want to hit up next? We've got Gore, we've got Frindle, we've got Cathalusa, and we've got Nyaya.
I think Nyaya is the more popular one from all the people playing the LARP and the Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, that's true.
She's always worshipped by somebody.
Yeah, because everybody's always being a fairy or some nature thing, and because of that, or being a druid. And if you're any of those things, it's all about Nyaya at that point. We're going to do Nyaya next, and the one that is the least discussed ever, even in my own brain, is Frindle, the god of magic.
Yep.
I've thought about magic. I've thought about how it works. I've thought about the waves of magic. I even have it down to that, what magic looks like if you could take its energy and give it a physical form. It just looks like ripples and waves in the air. But I have done almost no thinking about the god himself. He's always been kind of this. He's just there doing the magic, making magic exist. But I haven't thought of him as a personality, or of anything. He might be the last one that we do to give us
think up
some
some more stuff for him.
Yep. But Nyaya will be easy, because definitely it's one of my main go-tos when it comes to the type of stuff that I like talking about. So
you love talking about nature. So it makes sense.
Nyaya will be easy. So Nyaya will be our next god that we will discuss. If you enjoyed this video, comment down below any thoughts or ideas you have about Darontia, any suggestions on what would be some more videos that you would like to see. Subscribe, so then we know that we have people out there who are watching these darn things. And then consider becoming a member of World Under Wonder to help support the continued success of our theater and this page. So thank you. This is Rolled Worlds. I'm Sean the writer.
And I'm Ronan the artist.
Thank you. Bye.